Welcome to another episode of the Peak Potential Success Show. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, also best-selling author, and every single day I help others unlock potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on the show, we have another fascinating guest on the show. We interview celebrities, entrepreneurs, business CEOs, multimillionaires, authors, and artists to find out their path to success, how they're able to overcome challenges and adversity, and of course, their keys to success. And today's guest is definitely somebody who could shine some light into that because he built himself. He grew his business on his own and was able to grow that organically. And he's been very successful in what he does. In fact, we got connected through a mutual connection online. And man, once I got to see all the stuff that he does online, the speaking stuff, man, he is absolutely amazing, very engaging, very dynamic. The stuff that he has on social media, very value add. So I highly recommend people to get in touch with him, get connected with him because he has a lot of great stuff. He has over 20 plus years of sales experience. He's been able to help lots of his clients transform their businesses, grow their businesses organically, and he has actually led multiple places like high level communities of entrepreneurs and leaders through two very successful multiple six-figure business models and has now surpassed over seven figures. He is the founder of Connected Leaders Academy and also Entrepreneur's Bookshelf. He is a dynamic speaker, like I said before, nine-time author and coach, sales expert. What else am I missing? Award-winning, all that great stuff. So please welcome Jose Escobar.
Thank you so much for having me, Fong. I'm excited to be on your show here to add value to your audience. And I met you very recently, and I thought you were brilliant. You're amazing. Again, mutual friend connected us, and just excited to be here. So thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being here. It's always nice connecting with people who are who has that special mindset that to grow and to help others at the same time. But how did you get to where you are today? I mean, you didn't come out and go, you know what, I'm gonna be this award-winning author, award-winning speaker, and all that great stuff out of school, right?
Yeah, no, it's a loaded question. And if I had to kind of condense it, Reader's Digest version, I guess you could say, in terms of how I got started, right? So, first of all, happily married to my wife, Katie. I have 5 kids. Never a dull moment. So definitely a family man. And that's kind of the foundation besides my faith and my family and, everything else. Then came business, right? So for a long time, I was in the corporate arena for many years. I was in the banking world. I was in life insurance. I was in property and casualty. And all of that led me to working for a global martial arts company called EFC. I'm a Washingtonian, so I was born in DC, Washington, DC, raised in Maryland all my life. And I was, working eventually for a martial arts company. I got promoted to sales director for the U.S. territory, and I was in the martial arts industry, and I was consulting with martial arts school owners, helping them scale their businesses. I realized I was making martial arts school owners wealthy, but my income was the same, right? They were doing this, and I was kind of staying where I was. I was pretty much capped. So I said, something's got to give. I should probably take my talents, my skills, and really go help other people do things for themselves in the entrepreneurial world, right? So I said, let me flirt around with entrepreneurship and see where it goes. I always saw myself since I was a little kid as a multimillionaire. One day I told my parents I was going to be the first one in our family to be a millionaire, and I was going to help, them back with everything they did for us. And I'm first generation born here. My parents came from Guatemala, Central America, both of them. They've been happily married for going on 50 years this year. So it's really exciting. And grew up with 3 other brothers, so one of 4 boys. So I said I was going to do some big things in the world. I didn't know how, I didn't know when. I just knew it would happen, right? I had that seed inside of me to say I would do something big. So sure enough, I launched 2 companies back in January 15th of 2022, the Entrepreneur's Bookshelf and the Connected Leaders Academy. That very quickly went into 8 income streams and then turned into 7 figures in 15 months organically. And when I say organically, what I mean specifically, because people ask me, what do you mean organically, right? So organically, I mean zero paid ads, $0 in marketing budget, zero website, right? No funnels, no automation, no AI, no high level tech, no CRM, no email lists or email marketing campaigns. Everything that I built from the ground up, all the way up until now, has been word of mouth growth. And that's kind of how I got my footing, and that's kind of where everything came together. Now, of course, there's more details to that, but that's where I came from, essentially.
That is absolutely incredible. So many questions that stem just from that quick little origin story of yours. One is 5 kids. Like, how do you balance all that?
Well, so yeah, because I hear it all the time, Fong. I hear, oh, I don't have time to launch a business right now or a side hustle, because it all starts as a side hustle, right? I don't have time, or I don't have time to read. I don't have time for this. We all have 24 hours in a day. We all have time. We only have time for the things that we find to be a priority, right? So if we just change how we see things and we see that it's a priority, we'll find the time to do it, right? We'll create the time. So I don't find time for things, I create the time. So I wrote that book, which I think I mentioned already. It's called Winning the Day, An Entrepreneur's Guide to Morning, Evening Routine Mastery. It's all about the bookends of your day, right? How you start your day, how do you end your day? I find time on the bookends of my day, right? So going back to that, it really comes down to when I was building my business as a side hustle, I launched this company January 15th of 2022, both companies at the same time, right? As side hustles. And I was working 50 to 60 hours a week, being a father, being a husband with a lot of kids. It's not easy. It's not easy. But guess what? We're not here to take up the easy in this world, right? I'm here to challenge myself. I'm here to push myself. I'm here to create impact. I have a vision, a mission, a purpose. And when you have a purpose driven life, it's amazing how you will create time to do the things that matter.
Mm.
And little by little, you just put one foot in front of the other, right? And everything compounds over time, just like the stock market, right? So if you do enough good things every single day and you plug away into your business little by little, eventually you have a business. And in 1 year, my wife left her job. She was a teacher for 12 years. I was able to replace her income. I left my career in totality in a year as well. And then this last year, 2023, was my first full year as a full-time entrepreneur. And anything is possible, but you just got to start. It starts with massive action, and then it's consistency with the little things that compound over time.
Well, all that in the span of a couple of years. That is absolutely incredible. Now, like you're talking about the bookends, which basically means you either sleep later or you wake up earlier. And then obviously somebody else can come up to say, but I need 8 hours of sleep, or I need 10 hours of sleep. What do you say to that? Is that in fact true that most humans need that period of time, or is there something that you can do to train your body that does not require that much sleep? I'm
So,
assuming you don't sleep that much.
no, I don't. So we don't need anything really. There's a few things we need, right? We need to eat, we need to sleep, and we need to do there's certain things we need to do, right? But in terms of sleep, sleep is on a case by case basis, in my opinion, right? The doctors say they recommend 8 hours, of sleep. Not everybody needs 8 hours. Somebody can function on 5 hours. Some people can function on six, right? Some people can function great off of nine. So you got to know your body, right? And you got to adjust and tweak accordingly. So my morning routine is from 4 to 7, right? 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. I'm doing all kinds of things. But I didn't start at 4 a.m., right? I was waking up at, like, let's just say 8 o'clock. And then I went to 15 minutes earlier, 7:45, and then 7:30. And incrementally, eventually I joined the 5 a.m. club. And then from there, 4:45, 4:30. And over
Creating
time,
your own club.
you get there, right? Yeah, I'm part of the 4 a.m. club now, but that's what it's about. So no, I don't think people need 8 hours. I think people can survive off of less and they can thrive. And if you need to take a nap at some point, take a nap. But when you start working out, you are learning new things, right? The mind-body connection, and you are taking cold showers. You have a purpose and a vision and a mission for life. You're excited about getting up to go to your business, right? Or your career. If you don't want to have a business and you just want to want to have a job, maybe be passionate about it, find something that you're good at. But when you have these things, it's amazing how less sleep we need. I think people need more sleep because they're so stressed out and so overworked and are lacking dreams and goals and vision, and they just kind of go through this rat race of, oh, I got to do it all over again. That's why people live for Fridays. I don't live for Fridays. I live for Monday.
Uh, no, when your kids have, like, you have 5 kids, they're all in programs, they're all doing sports. Have you ever had to say, no, I can't go to this, or no, I can't do that?
Yes. Can I tell you something? I go to just about all of their things.
Mhm.
But guess what? There are times where we can't, right? I think you don't have to be extreme on either end. I think the world is too polarized right now, right? Everybody's so over here or so over here and everything, right? I think it's okay to be somewhere in the middle and be like, I don't have to be at everything because I'm building an empire right now. I'm building a legacy for my family, and that's going to require some sacrifice. But I also don't want to miss everything because the reason why I'm doing this is for them. But if I can't be a part of anything, then I'm also not doing it right.
Mhm.
So I think there's an air of reasonableness somewhere where I can attend the important things as much as I can, and I miss certain things because I'm building and growing, right? So there has to be a give and take. There has to be sacrifice
I
within the.
love what you said there because even the sleep thing, lots of people are going, "What? I have to wake up at 4? What? I have to wake up at 5? I can't do that." And they don't even start trying. And you had that incremental kind of increase or decrease of sleep time. And then with this, with the family time, lots of people are going, "What? I have to miss everything? I can't do that." They just go from one extreme to the other extreme. So,
Right.
like the thing is, yeah, there's that communication. There's that uh, do some, not do some, and all that kind of stuff where you have to work out with your family, which is very, very important. Now, going back to your days working for the martial arts companies, what was the thing that you did that was different than all the other companies that allowed allowed the company that you were working for to really grow?
So I'm a personable guy, right? I'm a relationship builder. And my foundation to everything that I am is sales. I've been in sales for going on 26 years this year, right? So I'm a sales guy. I'm also a people person, right? So I understand how to work with people based on their personality and based on who they are. And I also understand that it's not about me, it's about them, right? Zig Ziglar says it best. If you can help enough people get what they want, you're going to get what you want, right? So in the martial arts industry, I was first of all, a student. I was a white belt at all times. You never go into blue, purple, brown, black, all that stuff. You stay a white belt because you're always learning. Then the minute you think you know it all is the minute you start learning. So I never arrived. I just kept learning, learning, learning. I was a sponge. I was always eager to learn more. So I studied the craft. I developed mastery in what it is to scale a martial arts academy, a dojo, a gym, whatever you want to call it, right? So because I was really good at learning the thing, I can then teach the thing better than most people can teach it. And because I could teach it better than most people can teach it, people wanted to learn from me more than they want to learn from other people. So it just was a thing, right? And I was able to connect with them, know, like, and trust grew very quickly. And people's bottom line was growing. And then all these people started saying, "Hey, I want to work with him too. Can I work with him too? Oh, I want to work with him too." And it just became a thing. And that's what it was. But it all goes back to developing mastery. Whatever it is that you're doing, you just got to triple down on that and work harder than anybody else and study it more than anybody else and know the ins and outs of all the moving parts of it.
Mhm.
And if you have that, you're unstoppable. And that can apply to anything, not just the martial arts industry. So that's how I did it. And that's how I was helping people grow because I was always learning. And every time I was delivering information in the evening, you know what I was doing when other people were going out on happy hour, when other people were going to spend time watching Netflix, and I was studying on how to be even better at what I was doing.
Mhm.
And that's the difference. That's the difference. Most people aren't willing to go the extra mile, but I was.
What I find very interesting is that I've interviewed a lot of people who come up from either a sports background, a fighting background, yourself, you're in the martial arts background, and they translate very, very well into business and entrepreneurship. Is it because of that mindset of compete and also endurance and being number one in that type of environment that allows you to really go, hey, I want to do the same thing here. Yes, it's hard, but it's not the same thing as getting punched in the face.
Yes, I think there's a competitive edge to life and business, right? It's not just business, it's also in life, right? And I would peel the onion back even further to say it's really spiritual warfare. It's the highest level of warfare, spiritual warfare every single day, right? That's just the bigger picture. But if we take it into something, this gentleman right here, um, Patrick Bet David, his book is here somewhere. So Patrick Bet David, amazing, multi-successful, multi-millionaire entrepreneur. He said he has a sweatshirt, a hoodie that says "Business is war," right? And it's not war in the sense of like knives and swords and guns and explosives. It's war in the sense that you're only as good as your last performance.
Mhm.
And if you're not seeing what the market is doing, somebody is going to take you out of business. If you're not aware of what the competitors are doing, you're going to be obsolete. If you're not willing to sharpen your axe and stay in the game, right, and stay relevant, you're going to be an afterthought. So business is war. And yes, in business and in life, you have to be willing to go to that competitive level,
Mhm.
right? For me, I don't compete with other people in what I do. I have a community called Connected Leaders Academy, right? We started with one member. We now have 356 paid members in 44 states across the US and 19 international countries, right? But it started with one. But I, right now, can say something that most people can't say. There's this word called inimitable,
Mhm.
right? What makes you inimitable, right? For me, and it's something that nobody else can say. They can't copy you because they're not doing it at that level, right? So I say I'm the number one fastest growing networking community around, period. Right? There's other groups out there. There's plenty of them. I know many of them, right? Not all of them. But as far as I'm concerned, I have like three to four times the size of the groups of most other people in my space, right? So in order for me to continue to grow and scale and continue to have the highest level value and do that, I have to continue to bring value to the marketplace at the highest level because I'm going to get paid in accordance with the level of value I can bring to the marketplace. And I have to have a competitive edge and I have to stay competitive, right? It doesn't mean that I don't like the person who's in the space with me. As a matter of fact, I think I should lock arms with them and be friends with them because enough room for everybody to eat, right?
Right.
But you have to have that competitive edge. And for me, it's me versus me. I'm my biggest competitor. I look at myself every single day because there's some days, Fong, where I don't feel like going to make some calls here. I don't feel like jumping on a podcast or going to an event or doing sometimes I would just rather go walk, and take a walk outside or go to the park with my family or go on a date with my wife or maybe take a day off. But it's me versus me. And then there's everything else.
So when that moment comes, you don't want to do this. You don't want to go to that event. You don't want to go and speak, whatever it is. What do you do? Is there a switch that you go, okay, I'm here, I'm going to do it, or I've committed, I'm going. How do you turn that switch on?
So there's a mantra. I believe everybody should have a mantra, which is like a saying that you tell yourself to kind of pump you up to keep going, right? And for me, my mantra is winners win, right? Winners win. And my backup plan B mantra is winners always find a way to win, right? Those are two things I say. Winners win. You will see me dropping that hashtag and those statements all the time. Is winners win and winners always find a way to win.
Mhm.
Because when I don't feel like going that extra mile, I say, Jose, winners win. Winners win. This is part of winning. You got to show up, right? Half the battle is showing up, right? And the other half is executing at the highest level when you do show up,
Mhm.
right? But most people fail in the phase one, right? They just don't show up or they skip or whatever. And but you got to show up. So for me, it's winners win. I do have a mantra. That's what gets me through the hard times and the uncomfortable times.
And again, start somewhere, right? Like for everybody who's okay, do I have to start doing that mantra for something big? No. It's like winners win. Okay, I'll take out the trash.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
at this point in time, would you rather be, well, what's more scary to you? Being KO'd or getting bankruptcy?
Uh, Frankly, I mean, they both have negative connotations on, but I would probably say the bankruptcy piece, right? Because I can get knocked out and get back up and just say, okay, well that sucked, and then I just keep it moving,
Right.
right? And all I have to do is say, okay, maybe I should have kept my hand up higher, that's it. And it's just something I look back on and say, I just got to keep my hands up, more like this and protect my jaw and my face, my temple, whatever. Um, but then with the financial piece, right? If you go bankrupt, that's a bigger problem because just like compound interest, right? Decisions over time,
Mhm.
good, lead to great things. Decisions over time, bad, lead to negative things. Like divorce doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
Divorce is a series of poor decisions that eventually led to the divorce, right? Or led to 300 pounds when you used to be 120, or led to whatever, drinking and driving, eventually you're in jail, right? So it is a series of poor decisions. So in the bankruptcy piece, if I end up bankrupt, it's because I was living poorly for a long time in the financial arena. If I get knocked out, that was an instance in a moment of I didn't keep my hand up,
Mhm.
right? And I can come back from that fast. Here, I have to reprogram a lot of my behavior,
Mhm.
which is a bigger problem. So I'm more afraid of that than that for that reason.
I love how you answer that question because you twisted it. It was a very good way of going from the everything is incremental, which is a very, very important piece when it comes to success, when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to business. It's very, very important when everything is one step at a time and it compounds, right? Now, you mentioned the CLA, Connect the Leaders Academy. You also mentioned at the very beginning here about growing things organically, which you implemented into CLA to grow that organically as well. You were going through a whole list of items that equates to growing things organically. Now people will sit there and go, wait, I do that, so take that out. I need that, take that out. All of a sudden, they're like, there's nothing left to do. So how do you actually grow organically without all that stuff that you mentioned before?
Well, you'd have to join my program for that. I'm just kidding. I'm
But
just
wait,
kidding.
there's more.
So yeah, no, I'm happy to talk about it. Um, there's a couple of, obviously I'm not going to give you everything, but I'm going to give you some strong points that anybody listening right now in this moment, you can take this away and you can apply this to your business and you can start growing immediately, right? So because I believe in giving as much value as I can for sure. So first of all, I didn't say that you shouldn't be doing any of these other strategies that everybody else is doing. That's okay. And for some people it works and some people prefer that, and that's fine. But a lot of those things cost money, right? And it also costs high level expertise. So if you don't have the expertise, guess what? You got to pay somebody. It costs you money. And if you do have that expertise, you're spending a lot of time to learn it. So that costs you money too, in some indirect way, right? Either way, it's costing you money to do these high level things. So my philosophy is you don't have to do these things until you're at least making seven figures. I think anybody can grow something organically to seven figures, and then from there you implement new strategies. So for me right now, I'm looking to go to eight figures in the next 2 to 3 years.
Mhm.
Which now I have a website, now I have funnels, automation, all these other things because I have a whole new strategy, right? So, but initially, I don't think people need it, in my personal opinion. Now, what did I do, and what can people be doing? First of all, you're going to find a lot of people on Facebook. And by the way, 99% of my business I got through Facebook, not Instagram, not LinkedIn. I'm starting to flirt with those platforms, but it's Facebook primarily, right? So a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs on there don't have 5,000 friends. They have 2,000,
Mhm.
2,500, 1,000, right? That's problem number one. So the first organic principle I'll give you is grow your following. So how do you do that? Well, don't wait for people to just friend you. You proactively go and find some mutual friends that you have. So find friends that you have that are well-to-do, that are in your niche, people that could be your client, and then go to their friends list or go to see who's on their friends list and see who you don't know. Anybody who has a profile picture, a cover photo, details in their at the top of their Facebook page that resonates with you, that could be a potential client. What should you be doing? Send them a friend request. But you don't do it blindly. You say, okay, let me go and do some intel. So you go to their Facebook page and you look and you say, okay, I see all these cool things. Awesome. Comment and like on a couple of things, primarily in things that actually matter to you, not just for the sake of doing it because you're just being inauthentic. Be authentic to what you actually care about. And then you send them a friend request. And then you say, hey, and don't just send a written out thing or copy and paste, because guess what? People are smarter these days. They can smell a copy and paste a mile away, right? So what you do is you send them a voice note and you say, hey, Fong, listen, I couldn't help but notice that you are in this blah, blah, blah industry, and we have a mutual friend in so and so. And as a matter of fact, as I was scrolling through your walls, I stumbled upon your page. I saw that you were wearing this phenomenal red tie. I've got to say, I'm looking to step my red game tie, my red tie game up. Sorry, tongue twister, and and I would love to learn more about that. But listen, man, it seems that we have some chemistry here. We have some potential opportunities that we're probably not discussing that could be a potential win-win. Why don't we jump on a virtual coffee sometime soon and connect? But for now, let's just be friends. Something as simple as that. If you do that to 10 people a day, right? So you're not getting flagged on Facebook for spamming.
Mhm.
And you just do that in a week, what? You have 70 new friends. And if you're doing that consistently, some of these people are going to now show up on you're going to show up on their feeds. So a lot, right? So they're going to start being seen to you, the stuff you're doing. So that's number one. You don't have enough friends. Number one. Number two is half of the friends that you have, you shouldn't have. Clean up your friends list. Go in there and see who doesn't belong there. A lot of these people you never talk to. They never comment or like on anything. You're never going to hang out with them. They're never going to buy from you. So why are you friends? So clean up your clean house, right, with your friends list. And two more little tidbits I'll give you is you're not posting enough on social media. It's amazing. You go on some people's pages and you'll see they posted 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 2 days ago. There's so much inconsistency. And if you're not showing up, they're not watching you. And if they're not watching you, they're watching somebody else, right? And believe it or not, your audience right now, whoever you have on your friends list, at least 10% of your audience is ready, willing, and able to put money in your pockets and buy from you today. The problem is you don't know who they are because you're not actively engaging them. So you need to be showing up on social media, all platforms, 2 to 3 times a day with different types of content, from memes to quotes to pictures and content, and repurposing other people's content like The Rock and sharing it and making your own comments up top. And you should be showing up once live on social media, primarily Facebook. That's what I do on Facebook. And you should be doing a story and a reel, right? If you do these things consistently every single day with and being consistent with your message and adding value, you will be seen as an authority, as an expert in your space, and people are going to start to ask you questions. And then you just take it one step at a time. And the last thing I'll say is so many people are worried about I want to have my professional page, not my personal page.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't want to share my personal stuff on my personal page. It's really just more for business. People don't resonate with businesses. They resonate with people. So people want to see you. They want to learn about you. And the more they know about you, the more comfortable they feel to buy from you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you go to my Facebook and you scroll down on my Facebook page, you're going to find me talking about my faith, my family, my business, health and wellness, and motivational, inspirational stuff. That is the 5 things you're going to find. And I don't go on there and talk. I can keep going. Another bullet point is don't talk negative stuff on social media. Nobody wants to see your negativity, right? They already have enough drama in their own life. They don't want to see yours. Like, don't air it out on social media, right? Keep that to yourself, right? There's a purpose. Social media is intentional. I use it in a very intentional way. So there's a lot more, but those are just some very basic foundational things that if people just did that, what I just said just now, you're going to start to see your business starting to grow way, way faster immediately.
That is awesome, awesome stuff. I mean, first of all, that sounds very familiar. I think I made it. I got noticed by Jose, so it's all good. uh, Secondly, I think one of the themes today is the whole, what do you call it, increments of items that you need to start taking action on. You just mentioned, okay, Facebook will master Facebook. And after you finish mastering that, then you go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. And I think that attributes to that whole martial arts mentality as well. You master this level before you get to the next level, to the next level, to the next level, before you master everything. So I think that's very, very important. Now, when it comes to CLA, tell us more about that, because that's something that you're growing on a consistent basis. There's a great community of people in there, and share with us more about what makes this such an amazing community for people to join and to be a part of.
Yeah, so the Connected Leaders Academy was just an idea back in February 15th of 2022, right? I realized that most entrepreneurs want 5 things, right? They want 5 things consistently. They want to scale their influence, right? We all want to be more of the authority, the expert in our space, in our industry, right? They want to grow personally and professionally. What does that mean? I want to be a better person. I want to be a better entrepreneur. Number 3 is to move the needle in our business. We all want more collaborations, referrals, endorsements, referrals, you name it, essentially more clients, more money, right? Number 4, we all want to develop our skill sets. What does that mean? None of us have arrived. We're all working on something. So it's a community where iron sharpens iron. And number 5 is we want to grow our network and our circle exponentially with more intentionality, with better results. That is why I created it, because you know what I realized, Fong, is that so many entrepreneurs out there are spirit checking people on LinkedIn, in Facebook groups, saying, hey, I see, what you're about, and based on what I'm about, we should jump on a call and get to know each other and see if there's any synergy or win-win opportunities. Then you do that, and you realize very quickly they're trying to sell the heck out of you. You're trying to sell the heck out of them. Nobody sells each other. You end up not being friends anyway, and you wasted an hour of your life you're never going to get back. And then in addition to that, what are they doing? They're going into Rotary clubs, BNIs, chambers of commerce, local networking events, and they are growing their business, but they're growing by onesies and twosies, little by little, little by little. And frankly, at that pace, people are going to get to 500,000, a million, 100,000 in 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. So I said there has to be a more organic, more authentic, more intentional way of networking, right? Of building relationships that matter. So ultimately, you move the needle in your business. So that's why I created the Connected Leaders Academy. For those reasons, we attracted all these people. And we have people on the beginner side of entrepreneurship, about 20%, or I'd say about under 6 figures, but they're moving quick, they're go-getters, aggressive. On the opposite end, we have about 20% of our community that are millionaires. And then we have everybody in between: real estate investors, realtors, insurance brokers, attorney offices, coaches, authors, speakers, trainers, publishing companies, because I realized that coaches hang out with who? Coaches. Authors hang out with authors. Real estate investors go where? To real estate investor events. And they're hanging out in the same circles with the same people, tripping over the same prospects, and that eventually is no fun. So I said there has to be a way where I can create something where people can start showing up, get on more podcasts, get on more shows, get more speaking engagements, get in more books if they want to write books. They want to build lifelong friendships with growth-minded entrepreneurs. People are going to be in your corner forever, long term. They're going to get more leads, referrals, clients, collaborations, more money. They're going to scale and grow at a whole new level in a more authentic way. That's why I created what I created. And guess what? We are growing at the pace of about 2 new members a day right now. We are scaling globally. We just expanded into our 19th country last week. We're now in England, and we're just like doing some awesome things, and I'm absolutely loving it because it's organic, right? And that's kind of why I created it. Eventually, the goal, the purpose here is to be 1 million members in 100 countries, changing the world. Because my whole goal, my mission here is not so much just to have a community or a tribe. It's a movement, right? I'm trying to create a space where entrepreneurs globally can come together, the best of all industries, to sharpen each other, to make each other better. So by serving each other at the highest levels, what happens? Now we can serve our clients better. And if we serve our clients better, the world becomes a better place. Servant leaders, heart-centered entrepreneurs, business owners that understand the law of reciprocity. Everybody here understands it doesn't matter how successful you are, there's always the next level. Those are the people we have here. That's who I'm after. That is the bigger purpose. I'm excited about it.
That's awesome, awesome stuff. Through a very short period of time here, you've given a lot of great value, lots of tips and advice for people to get started, to push through, to avoid challenges, or avoid adversity and overcome challenges and whatnot. If you were to be on the world stage and you had one message, just one for everybody to remember Jose for, what would that life message or business message be?
First of all, I am on the world stage right now with you. I think this is the world stage. So my one message to the world would be I mean, I have a number of messages. If I had to narrow it down to one, it would be that whatever it is that you want in your life today, I don't care what it is contingent upon you being committed to going out there and getting it. So many people are uncommitted these days, right? We decide all kinds of things every single day. And then we decide the next day or a week later or a month later or a year later, we change our minds. Commitment is missing. If you can just get committed to whatever it is you want to achieve in this life, it doesn't matter what it is. I believe that at the end of our own arms, we're all capable of going out there today and changing the world in whatever it is we want to do, right? You are one commitment away from that exponential growth in your life. So stop deciding and start committing. Get out there and get it. There are other intangible things like discipline and follow through and integrity and accountability and mental toughness and you name it. But that's my one message is get committed and just dream big and go out there and get what you want because it's there for you to just grab it.
Awesome. Great words to live by. Now, before I let you go, I got 5 quick questions, rapid fire. Give me the first thing that comes to mind. You're stranded on a deserted island, one food to eat for the rest of your life, no consequence. So you're not going to get out of shape. You're not going to be unhealthy, no consequence. What would that be?
Split pea soup in a bread bowl.
Nice. Imagine yourself in peak form, okay? Peak of the peak of the peak. Who would you like to go toe to toe with and spar? Fictional character.
Ooh, fictional character. I would say Batman.
Good answer. On a road trip, and that road trip is a long hours and hours on end. You get one song to listen to without without stopping. Repeats over and over again. Which one would you not mind listening to and not getting annoyed with it?
I would have to say, um, I would have to say probably Here Comes the Rain.
Very nice choice. Hollywood calls and says, "Hey, Jose, we love your story. It's very impactful, very inspirational. Who would you like to play? We would like to do a biopic on you. Who would you like to play you in the movie?"
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I'm way past 5 questions, but I'm just gonna keep going. Leonardo shows up at your door and goes, "Hey, I got casted to play you for the movie. Let's head out for some food and have some fun." You go, "No, no, no. Hey, buddy, I'm gonna cook you something nice. What is that special dish that you cook?"
I would say shrimp linguine with extra garlic sauce.
Very nice. And final question, give me a number from 1 to 5.
One.
Number one. So if you have to relate success to a bicycle, how is success like a bicycle?
It's very easy to start something and get discouraged the moment you fall over, right? But success in anything, specifically in life and in business, requires you to get back up and keep trying over and over and over. That's how you learn to ride a bicycle. 2 wheels, by falling, getting bloody, crying, and eventually you figure it out. And success is at the end of learning how to ride a bike. Same principle.
Nicely then. So that's how success is like a bicycle. Thank you very much for your time today. Lots of great insight and lots of great value adds from you. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you, whether they want to get one of your 9 books or get in touch with you with regards to CLA? What's the best way?
Yeah, so if you want to get a copy of this book or any other of my books, go to winningthedaybook.com. So it's winning the day, but winningthedaybook.com. And that's signed, personalized copies. It's cheaper there than if you get on Amazon, and they're personalized. And you can also learn more about the Connected Leaders Academy, and you can actually book a call with me one-on-one on that website, and that is www.connectedleadersacademy.com. Again, connectedleadersacademy.com. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Jose Escobar, and I look forward to connecting with as many, if not all of you, who want to connect. I'm always looking to expand my network and add value to others.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Any last words from you?
First of all, thank you for the opportunity. And the last word I'll say is very simple. I believe that there are people out there right now, people that are even going to listen to this podcast, and are going to ask themselves, how, if there's one thing I can take away from this episode, what is it that I can take away to apply to my life right now? And my encouragement to you is launch something new. A lot of us get comfortable in that one thing we're already doing, or those 2 things we're already doing. There's always a next level. There's always a next thing, right? So identify what is that next logical step in my business, mind map on a whiteboard, create it, launch it, and take action, and add more value to the marketplace so you can add more money in your pockets, right? And do some cool things in this world, because we're here for a certain amount of time. So maximize it, give it your best, go out there and crush it. I'm excited. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Jose just keeps on giving value. Keeps on giving value. All right, everybody. He is Jose. My name is Fong. Make sure you connect with him. Books, CLA, all his content on social media. Obviously, he's a person who knows what he's talking about. He comes highly recommended by a lot of my followers and also my my interviewees as well. So once again, thank you very much. He's Jose. My name is Fong. Until next time, today is the day to lock your peak potential. We'll see you later.